In today's report, we analyze a highly unusual and costly incident during U.S. Navy operations in the Red Sea, involving the loss of a state-of-the-art A-18E Super Hornet fighter jet from the nuclear-powered aircraft carrier USS Harry S. Truman, a platform central to American power projection. The incident occurred on Monday, April 28, during intense naval operations in the strategically sensitive Red Sea, a waterway increasingly targeted by Houthi militant attacks originating from Yemen. According to official sources, the Super Hornet was being towed inside the hangar deck of the carrier when a sudden and evasive maneuver was initiated to avoid incoming missile and drone threats. As the Truman executed a sharp zigzag maneuver, standard protocol to throw off the targeting systems of incoming weapons, the crew lost control of the fighter and its tow tractor. Both plummeted into the sea. Thankfully, no fatalities occurred, though one sailor sustained minor injuries. This event underscores both the dangers of operating in contested waters and the extreme demands placed on naval aviation units in modern warfare. The F divided by a -18E Super Hornet that was lost carries a unit cost of approximately $67.4 million, making this an expensive operational loss, both in terms of hardware and tactical readiness. The Super Hornet is one of the most advanced multi-role fighter aircraft in service with the U.S. Navy. Designed for air superiority, precision strike, reconnaissance, and close air support, the aircraft is equipped with active electronically scanned array, AESA, radar, modern electronic warfare systems, and a wide array of precision-guided munitions. It represents the technological backbone of carrier-based aviation. Its ability to operate from carriers in harsh maritime environments, coupled with its combat versatility, makes the Super Hornet a cornerstone of U.S. naval power. The loss of such a platform isn't just financial, it's a tactical setback, especially amid growing tensions in the Red Sea region. The USS Harry S. Truman is a Nimitz-class nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, displacing over 100,000 tons and stretching more than 1,090 feet in length. Despite its massive size, it is surprisingly agile due to its twin nuclear reactors, which power 4 giant propellers. This gives it a top speed of over 30 knots, roughly 56 kilometers per hour, allowing it to perform aggressive evasive maneuvers, even under fire. During evasive maneuvers like the zigzag tactic, the ship tilts between 10 degrees and 15 degrees, creating tremendous lateral forces inside the hangar and on the flight deck. These forces can be enough to dislodge equipment or aircraft that aren't properly secured, which appears to be what happened during this incident. Aircraft onboard carriers are often moved between the hangar deck and flight deck via elevators, and during this process, they are not fully secured. If the carrier performs an emergency maneuver at that exact moment, as happened here, the risk of aircraft sliding overboard becomes very real. In this case, the fighter and its tow vehicle were positioned near the elevator platform when the Truman took evasive action. This type of scenario is a known vulnerability in naval aviation, one that crews are trained to mitigate, but which can be nearly impossible to avoid in the chaos of active engagement. Since late 2023, the Red Sea has transformed into one of the world's most dangerous maritime flashpoints. The Houthi insurgents, a well-armed and ideologically driven group backed by Iran, have dramatically escalated their attacks on U.S. and allied naval vessels, as well as on commercial shipping routes. These assaults, ranging from drone swarms and anti-ship ballistic missiles to suicide boats and improvised sea mines, are justified by the Houthis as retaliation for Israel's military campaign in Gaza. But in reality, they represent a larger strategic effort to destabilize Western naval influence in a critical global choke point. The Red Sea is not just any body of water. It is a lifeline of international commerce, with over 12% of global trade passing through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. That makes it an ideal target for asymmetric warfare. The Houthis have taken advantage of Yemen's geography, launching attacks from hidden coastal batteries, concealed drone hubs, and even using disguised fishing vessels to mask their movements. Their tactics have grown more unpredictable, targeting both military and civilian maritime assets, and they've increasingly tested the limits of American deterrence. In response, the United States has substantially reinforced its military footprint in the region. Two nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, the USS Harry Truman and the USS Carl Vinson, now patrol the Red Sea under full combat readiness, supported by an array of Arleigh Burke-class destroyers and Ticonderoga-class cruisers equipped with Aegis combat systems. These vessels form a formidable shield capable of intercepting ballistic missiles, defending against aerial drone swarms, and launching rapid response airstrikes when necessary. This enhanced presence is part of a broader multinational operation aimed at preserving maritime security and reassuring global shipping companies, many of whom have rerouted vessels to avoid the danger. Despite this overwhelming firepower, the risks remain severe, and not all threats come from the enemy. The Harry Truman has already encountered multiple serious incidents that reveal just how volatile these deployments can be. In February 2025, the carrier collided with a commercial freighter in Egyptian waters, an operational failure that resulted in the replacement of its commanding officer. Months earlier, in December 2024, a Navy F divided by a -18E Super Hornet was mistakenly shot down by a nearby Ticonderoga-class cruiser, the USS Gettysburg, during a high-alert training exercise. Fortunately, both pilots managed to eject safely and were recovered. But the episode highlighted a chilling reality, that even in highly trained forces, the fog of war and human error can combine with devastating consequences. The most recent loss, another F divided by a -18E Super Hornet, this time due to a hangar deck mishap during a high-speed evasive maneuver, adds to this growing list of setbacks. Although no lives were lost, the aircraft, valued at over $67 million, slipped off the carrier's deck into the sea during an emergency turn meant to avoid incoming Houthi missiles and drones. This event, while isolated, carries significant symbolic weight. It reflects the razor-thin margin for error in maritime operations conducted under constant threat. Even a perfectly engineered war machine can falter under the combined stresses of combat, environment, and urgency. The F divided by a -18E Super Hornet is not a minor asset. It is a cornerstone of U.S. carrier-based air power, a multi-role fighter designed for precision strikes, air superiority, and close air support. Equipped with AESA radar, electronic warfare pods, and advanced avionics, it can carry out a wide range of missions in contested airspace. Its loss, though not mission-breaking, slightly erodes the combat readiness of the carrier strike group and serves as a reminder of how fragile operational superiority can be. As the geopolitical stakes rise and enemies evolve, the U.S. Navy must now contend with a new era of asymmetric maritime warfare. Swarms of low-cost drones can saturate defenses. Ballistic missiles from hidden launchers can test response times. Cyber attacks threaten radar and comm systems. And small but fast enemy boats can exploit blind spots in fleet formations. This is not traditional naval warfare. It's a hybrid battlefield where high-tech systems, rapid adaptation, and tight coordination are the only paths to survival. The incident aboard the Truman illustrates this perfectly. In the split second when a hangar team loses control of a jet during a sharp evasive turn, millions of dollars in military hardware are lost, not to enemy fire, but to the merciless consequences of operating under extreme conditions. It is a vivid reminder that even the most advanced technology must be matched by seamless training, impeccable timing, and cool-headed decision-making. Every crew member, every aircraft handler, every deck officer is part of a larger machine, one that cannot afford missteps in an environment where one mistake can tip the scales. This evolving reality has forced U.S. naval doctrine to shift. Precision, speed, and resilience are no longer just advantages, they are survival mandates. And as the Navy pushes forward to ensure freedom of navigation and the safety of international waters, the margin for error continues to shrink. For GeoWar News, this incident is more than a lost aircraft. It's a stark portrait of the modern war at sea, fast, unpredictable, and unforgiving. In this theater, dominance depends not just on superior firepower, but on readiness, adaptability, and the relentless discipline of every sailor aboard.